Jay Janower caught up with the hero of the night, Kevin Bieksa.
Okay, so we chit-chatted this morning, not on camera, off camera, and I said, I'm going to give you the morning off, but we have to talk tonight. Did you know something special was going to happen tonight, so that's why we decided to do this now?
No, I think you knew something special. You're the one that said, let's talk tonight after you score a goal, so you definitely had the insight.
Well, don't be giving me so much credit. Talk about a strange bounce. Before we started to roll this camera, you said it reminded you of something a few years ago. Tell all the viewers at home what you said.
Well, it kind of reminded me of the goal that Niedermeyer scored on Louis. I think it was 5 or 6 years ago when we lost to Anaheim, and that was in overtime, and that knocked us out of the playoffs. So just a fortunate bounce where the goalie didn't know where the puck was, and ugliest goal of my career, but the best goal of my career.
What is it about this hockey team? Doesn't matter what situation it's in. We saw you kill off 5 straight penalties in Game 4 in San Jose. We see you guys go down. We see Ryan score late in the third period to force overtime. What is it about this room?
Well, it's a resilient bunch, and it's a very tight-knit group too. I think people don't really realize how close we are in this room, and guys want to win it for the guy next to them. And it's the oldest cliche in the book, but I don't think you get to where we are unless you have guys that really want to win for each other and really care for each other, and that's what we have in here.
There was the raging debate on all the radio stations this morning, in the papers, on TV, about touching the conference championships trophy. Was there a discussion in here? And I don't think anyone touched it tonight.
No, I don't think there was a discussion. That's usually the captain's decision, and I think Hank knows better, and I don't think we were really looking ahead to that before the game. We had a huge job ahead of us, and all that stuff is just bonus and icing on the cake. So I think Hank did what he felt was right, and we go from there.
How grueling was this game to play tonight? I mean, we were all thinking, here comes triple overtime. What was it like to play in this game, Kevin?
I think when the game starts in the Stanley Cup Playoffs and a deciding game, you don't really pace yourself for overtime, and you don't really put that on the back burner. You throw it all out every shift you can, and then from there you just kind of wing it. So going into overtime, the tanks are pretty empty, pretty low, but you pull through it, and this group did again tonight.
What do you think about moments like this when you realize you've got a chance to win the Stanley Cup? You're 4 victories away. It takes 16 to do it. Who do you think of at this time?
Oh, it's so surreal, but you think of, I think, maybe you save that for after you've won it. Try to stay in the moment right now, but just a chance to go to the Stanley Cup final. You think about all the people that sacrificed for you. So obviously, my wife and my kids and my parents, or would be the main thing. My brothers, so sisters, and everybody that sacrificed for me. Grandparents that. Grandparents are probably still up watching right now. They're 85 years old. They just started watching hockey 3 years ago, and guarantee they're up right now.
A lot of people don't know all the people that play in here through injury. Chatting with Sammy Salo a few minutes ago and what he went through in the offseason to get to where he was to be able to compete after rupturing that Achilles. You see the guys in the room around here, you can't help but smile.
Yeah, it's a lot of sacrifice to get to where we are, but still got a big series ahead of us. So again, hopefully after a successful next round, we'll look back at this and we can tell some more stories.
I was going to say, you're going to keep the conference champions hat, but you want to put another one on here in a few weeks' time, don't you?
Yeah, this thing's coming off after tonight, and then I don't put another hat on until we win the big one.
Okay, I'll let you decide when we chat next in the next round, either against Boston or Tampa Bay, and the beard's still coming along nicely.
Thank you. Yours too.
We'll throw it back to the Stanley Show. Canucks heading to the Stanley Cup Championships for the first time in 17 years. Quite the ride.
Great job by Jay and Kevin Bieksa.